Hi, I'm Vince with Bear Training Solutions, and together we're going to go over the Real Door Training Simulator. The Real Door Training Simulator lives up to its name. It's made to hang real doors for real life results. Even though this door was designed for explosives, ballistics, kinetic energy type style of breaching, we found out that you can basically do anything on this door. From explosives, ballistics, kinetic energy, manual pick and pry, ram, saw cutting, torching, and just about anything that you could do on a real door, you can have it done right here on the Real Door Training Simulator. The Real Door Training Simulator breaks down into four main parts: the base, the two uprights, and the header. In order to break down your Real Door Training Simulator, you'll need to remove 12 5/8" bolts, 2 on each side of the header, and 4 on each side of the base plate. We always recommend to secure your training door to the ground if it's not mounted to a facility. And how you can do that is there's 4 holes on the base plate, 2 next to each carry handle on each side of that base plate. Just like our Bear breaching door, this Real Door Training Simulator is made to come off its base and go straight into a training facility. To accomplish mounting the Real Door Training Simulator to a facility, you have to remove the 8 bolts, 4 on each side of the base plate, and then take the frame of this Real Door Training Simulator and mount it securely to your structure. How this is accomplished is by the flanged edge that's all around this training door. To ensure that your Real Door Training Simulator can fit into your structure, it needs to have a rough opening of 84.5 inches tall by 49 inches wide. If you choose to mount the Real Door Training Simulator to a wood structure, we want you to ensure that your wood structure is up to code, because this training door can be pulled to the ground if not secured properly to a sound structure. If your choice is to mount the Real Door Training Simulator to a metal structure such as a container facility, we recommend using 2x2 1/4" thickness wall framing to mount this door to. If you are purchasing the Real Door Training Simulator from us and you already know that it's going into a training facility, we can ship this door without the base and send you out a laser tube framing, so that way it's easy installation for you once you get your door. For both wood or metal, the mounting holes for the Real Door Training Simulator are located on the outside of the flanges for both uprights and the header. One key thing to note is if mounting this door to a facility, you need to keep a window opening around this 2x6 insert. And we'll see that once we flip the door around to the outward swinging side. Since we're talking about this 2x6 insert area, let's focus on some of the manufacturing design that's going to keep your door working properly and keep it from failing during explosive operations. You can see that this material is broke right here with stiffening plates running down. Because when placing a lock-side explosive charge, that blast pressure is going to try to find any void. So we had to make some adjustments to our manufacturing design to ensure your product's going to last. Continuing on with our 2x6 insert area, it is simply a 2x6 piece of lumber that is cut down to 18 7/8 inches long, with a 1/4 inch taken off the top with a dado blade, so that way that 2x6 insert comes flush with your door jamb. If you don't take that down a 1/4 inch, this 2x6 will be setting back a 1/4 inch because of the channel material. This 2x6 insert area gives you real life results, quick swap out of material, so you can move on to your next operation and keep your training day moving. So depending on how realistic you want to make it, you can add a doorstop to this like you see here with a simple 1.5 by 3/4 inch piece of lumber. And you can also actually key and knob and deadbolt lock this door. That's the beauty of having real material on the door jamb with real material on your door, is you can get that real feel, real life results of having a door locked and how you're going to accomplish your goal in defeating this door. One quick tip for this wood insert area is that you can use our wood grade stakes as a doorstop, or you can actually back your existing doorstop up with another wood grade stake to make the stop last longer during your evolutions. Since we're talking about doorstops here, let's talk about our two adjustable and replaceable doorstops that exist on the training door. They are located above and below the 2x6 insert cutout. They both have 1-inch lateral play, so that way you can adjust that doorstop to your thickness of door. If you put something on the door like door armor, and we'll get to that a little bit later, you're gonna have to adjust that doorstop a little bit so that way you're flush to jam on the outward swinging side of the door. How you accomplish adjusting your doorstop is the 8 countersunk bolts, 4 low, 4 high with an Allen key. Do not use power tools for this operation. All of our training doors come standard with the capability to accept our screen door emulators. The difference is the Real Door Training Simulator and the Ultimate Training Door both share the same screen door emulator. The width of the bare breaching door is a little more narrow than the Real Door Training Simulator and our Ultimate Training Door. So, to recap, Real Door Training Simulator, Ultimate Training Door, same screen doors. The bare breaching door has its own screen door based off the dimensions of it. The mounting locations for the screen door emulator on the Real Door Training Simulator, same as the Ultimate Training Door, are 4 holes, 2 on each upright. Josh is going to go over the screen door emulator in details, but remember, the functions of the screen door are exactly the same. Bare breaching door, Real Door Training Simulator, Ultimate Training Door, it doesn't matter. It functions exactly the same across the board.
Now we have mounted the bare screen door to the inward swinging side of the bare breaching door. One thing that makes our screen door unique is it utilizes the same steel that we have on the front face of this doorway that is 3 times stronger than mild grade steel. This screen is made to be picked and pried or pulled and pilled. As you can see, we have the screen set to be open from this orientation. If I were to swap the dowel and the pin, the screen will open from this location. So I removed the wooden dowel so I could show you the orientation of the screen. It opens up fully. One thing that is unique about this screen as well is that it can come directly off of this doorway and be mounted to any 36-inch doorway that you may have at your training facility. It does not have to be utilized and mounted to this door. Again, it can be mounted to a doorway. One question we always get about the operations of the screen door is how to get the dowel pins in. One thing you will see is because of the weight of the screen door, it sits a little low. If you lift the screen door and bring it up into alignment, that will allow you to easily drop in your pin. Perform the same procedure on the lower pin. One thing to note though, is if you are pulling or pilling the screen door, do not use a 5/8 inch dowel. Use a 7/16 dowel. Now you can see we've changed the orientation. We moved the stainless steel pins to the right, making this now the pick and pry side. Again, one thing to note, when putting the dowel in, to make sure it's aligned, lift the screen door, making it level with the top, therefore allowing for easy pin alignment. One other thing to talk about when we're discussing the screen door is if you want to make it more difficult for picking and prying operations, back this bolt out, which will lower this carrier down, therefore decreasing the breaking point on the wood dowel. That will therefore make this force much more difficult. Also, one thing that's unique about this screen door, on the Ultimate door you have the steel wall. You can open this screen door and leave it in this location, therefore limiting the space when somebody is picking and prying on the inward swinging, acting just like a steel wall. Just to recap one more thing about the screen door is that at no time any explosives can be used on this doorway when the screen door is mounted. Especially water charges will find the voids and will void the warranty in your screen door. With that being said, when you take this screen door and put it on a real door, remove the mounting plates while using explosives on this unit.
We're now looking at the inside channel of the lock side upright post. You can see the 2x6 insert window, and you can now understand why we have to keep this open when we're mounting to a training facility. If this 2x6 insert is destroyed after a training evolution, you're going to want to remove the 4 screws, 2 high and 2 low, on the inside of your door jamb and remove the destroyed piece. You now replace your old 2x6 with a new one and re-secure it on the inside of the door jamb in those 4 screw locations, 2 high and 2 low. We recommend backing up your 2x6 insert with a second one during manual pick and pry or explosive operations. For manual pick and pry, it's going to strengthen this area like an actual door jamb, and for explosives, it's going to strengthen this area so that way wood fragments don't come flying out in the operators during an explosive evolution. Also, while looking on the lock side upright post, you will see the carrier plates for the door stop. This is why we recommend using 2x2x1/4 inch material for your framing, so that way you can still have access to these windows. Now, the purpose for these windows and carriers is so you don't need a backing wrench when this door is mounted to a facility, but you still might have to remove these, and we want to make sure that you have access to that channel at all times. This is a good view for you to see how all of our parts on all of our doors are laser cut. So you can see how the fitment of the upright to the header is clean and flush. During some of the more serious operations, you might have some of those parts come out of alignment. If things seem a little bit off, make sure you go back to looking at your alignment from the upright to the header and make sure that things are clean and flush. And if they're not, loosen your header bolts just a little bit, tap things back into alignment, and tighten them back up and continue with your training. We're now on the back side of the door or the outward swinging side. If you're not locking your door with a key and knob or deadbolt, you do have 3 lock locations on this door. 1 high, 1 middle, and 1 low. These 3 lock locations accept the same wood grade stakes that all of our training doors use across the board. Now let's move on to our door slides and door adjustability. The Real Door Training Simulator can fit anywhere from a 30 to 36 inch door, and that's accomplished by moving these slides down towards the door stop. Let's go through that operation and I'll show you how that works. Let's talk about some of the components on these door slides. There's high density plastic that's placed above and below to ensure free sliding movement when adjusting your door. If you need to adjust your door based off of the door width, simply loosen both handles and you can now collapse your door down. Let's say we just installed this door to the sliders and we're going to adjust it down to the lock side of the door. Make sure these are loose. Keep your fingers clear of the door when adjusting it down. Slide it tight to the door jamb, ensuring that your gap is even all the way up and down. Hand tighten your turn handles for the slides, both top and bottom. We recommend using the box end of a wrench to give these T-handles just a little extra to make sure that your door stays tight. Do that on top and do it on the bottom also. We're now looking at the hinge side of the upright post or slider side of the upright post. You will see the 5/8 inch bolt and nut connecting the upright to the header. Also, you will see the window cutouts inside of the channel that give you access to mount or secure your 2x4 to the slide bars. When replacing or securing a new door to your slides, we recommend retracting the slides completely back towards the upright. This ensures that the slide is as close as possible to the window cutouts, making it easier for you to secure or replace that door. The slides have a pre-lasered out hole for either a lag screw or a wood deck screw. It's up to you how you want to secure your door. When performing this procedure, we recommend a minimum of 2 people to ensure the safety and ease of operation when replacing or mounting a new door. We've now removed our door, and let's go over the steps on how to rebuild a door with a 2x4 hinges and your new door, so that way you can replace it and keep moving on with training. Let's talk about door size. We cannot exceed 80 inches tall. We can have widths anywhere from 30 to 36 inches, but again, we cannot exceed 80 inches tall. The frame will not handle anything taller than that. With that being said, you have an 80-inch tall door. We recommend cutting your 2x4 just a little shy of that, 79, 78 inches. Reason for that, we don't want that 2x4 to extend high or low, hindering your operations when you reinstall your door. Next step is to identify the top side of your door. Reason for that, if you want to key a knob or deadbolt lock it, you want to ensure that where that pre-drilled location is going to meet up with your 2x6 insert area. Now that we've identified the top side of the door and orientation of it, we're going to mount our hinges in the pre-existing cutouts that the door already has. Now that we've mounted our hinges to the door and we've identified the top and bottom side of the door, we want to ensure that the 2x4 and the bottom side of the door is flush. You'll understand why when we go through the operations of mounting a new door. So, our 2x4 bottom side of the door is flush. We now need to mount our hinges to our 2x4. A little tip and trick is use a couple spacer plates. These are 1/2 inch. You might have to bump it up to 3/4 and simply place it directly under your 2x4. Giving you a desired gap between the door and the 2x4, so that way when your hinges are mounted and the 2x4 is shut, it resembles a door in the real world. Now that our 2x4 is successfully mounted to our door with the hinges, we can mount this door into the Real Door Training Simulator and start training. A fantastic upgrade for the Real Door Training Simulator is our door armor. Before we mount this door, we're going to mount our door armor on there and show you what it looks like on our Real Door Training Simulator. Our next step would be to identify the bottom of the door, which we've already done. We're going to measure 10 inches from the bottom of the door. Once we do that, mark that 10 inches. Take a straight edge if you wish. And now we'll place the door armor on here and we'll properly secure that to this door. The reason why this is 10 inches off the bottom is we want to make sure that the carriage bolts that secure our door armor to this door are clear of our locking mechanisms on the outward swinging side of the door, and we'll show you why. Now that we've appropriately marked from the bottom of the door up, we're going to place our door armor on the door. Now that we've made sure that our door armor is against the line, 10 inches from the bottom, we want to make sure that it's flush to the thickness side of our door. Remember, this is only one side of our door armor, but we're going to make sure that we have it properly secured, drill through the lasered out holes on the door armor, and then we'll secure the back side of our door armor. Now that we've clamped our door armor to our door, again, we're going to drill through these lasered out holes so that we can secure the back side of the door armor to the door. Now that our holes are drilled through the door, we're going to flip our door over to the inward swinging side of the door because it matters when we're mounting our carriage bolts through the door. We want those carriage bolt heads to be on the inward swinging side, and we'll show you why. Now that we've flipped our door, ensuring top side, bottom side of the door, we placed our door armor plate back on. We can see the drill holes that we've already made through the plate. We're now going to use 3/8 inch carriage bolts, 3 inches long, and place them through the already drilled out holes. We've left the carriage bolts out of the center holes in the door armor. The reason for that is we're about to show you how to place our rubber breech plate and the door armor together. If you're not running the rubber breech plate with the door armor, run the 3-inch long carriage bolts through the center. But if you are running the rubber breech plate with our door armor, you're going to want to run 4-inch long carriage bolts. That way it runs through the rubber breech plate, door armor, door armor, and out the backside. With the help of a second person, you can now grab the backside of that door armor and you can either place it underneath and have somebody help you secure it, or you can stand this door up, place the backside door armor to it, and secure it to the backside of the door. Now we flip the door over and you can see the threads to the carriage bolt sticking out. The reason why we wanted to make sure this was on the outward swinging side is that way you are not striking or taking the chance of running your hands against the threads. We're going to make sure that the door armor is flush against the thickness of the door on both sides. We don't want it protruding out, or we don't want it sticking in either. Once we are sure of that, we're going to go ahead and tighten down our carriage bolts. When tightening down our nuts on the carriage bolts, we want to make sure that we're not over tightening because we can crush this door material. The idea of the door armor is not to destroy the door, is to keep the integrity of the door. So as we're doing this, we're just waiting to hear or see that material cinch up just a little bit. That means the door armor is doing its job. When it comes to these center carriage bolts, we want to do the same thing. Remember, our rubber breech plate is on the back side. We don't want to suck the head of that carriage bolt through. So again, pay attention to that material. As soon as you start seeing it suck up, we're good. This is a great view to show you what the purpose of this door armor does. This door armor is made out of a material that's 3 times stronger than a mild grade. They're 2 1/8-inch plates, so it's not making your door too much thicker. But the purpose is to keep the integrity of this door up and down, but give you a lot of natural flex. This is an interior closet door that with this door armor, you're going to get well over hundreds of forces and get an amazing real door feel without having to replace this door. This door armor takes what was just an explosive, ballistic, real data type of door into a real life, how is a door going to react when you're using mechanical tools against it? The door armor is invaluable, especially when it comes to how much you're going to spend on buying new doors, replacing doors, finding new material. This door armor eliminates all of that. Now that our door is ready to mount and staged here to the side, the first step we're going to do in remounting this door is placing 2 wood grade stakes at the bottom of the door in line with the jamb. This will give you a 1/2 inch separation from the base plate and the door, ensuring that your door is free swinging. The second step is ensuring that your slides are all the way retracted back as close as they can be to the windows, ensuring ease of operation when installing your door. Our door is now placed on the wood grade stakes or locking mechanisms on the bottom. With the help of a second person behind, this second person is going to ensure that the 2x4 and the slide bars are perfectly lined up to ensure that we're keeping our door straight up and down. Once my helper ensures that this door is straight up and down and flush with the slide, I'm going to secure one lag screw on the top. And then repeat that operation on the bottom slide before securing both top and both bottom. For the purpose of this video, we use lag screws in the larger lasered out holes. You can use wood deck screws in the smaller holes if you wish. It's totally up to you. Now that we've properly secured our door to our slides, we're going to remove those wood grate stakes from the bottom of the door. Now I'm going to move to the back side of the door, slide this door down to the locking side of the jamb, tighten those T-handles with the box end of a wrench, and we're ready to go. Now our door is properly fit to the lock side of the jamb, and we are ready to train. Once you get a little bit of practice on swapping out doors, it should only take you 2 minutes and 30 seconds to swap out a door from being destroyed to brand new. The legwork is going to be done on securing your doors to 2x4s and hinges before your training day. But what we wanted to eliminate with this real door training simulator is the fact that your training day becomes a construction day and you're missing out on evolutions based off of time, based off of the availability of materials, based off of training funds. That way you spend less time on rebuilding your props and more time actually training on it. So you can see we placed our door armor and our rubber breech plate onto our real door in our real door training simulator. The benefits of this is you're going to get real natural feel when either using a Halligan bar or a ram in this situation. What this rubber breech plate does for the door armor is protect it from the wear of a ram. It's not going to reduce that shock to the wrists and elbows like it would on the bear breaching door or the ultimate training door. It's really protecting your door armor and allowing for real natural flex on a real door itself. Be sure to ask us about our bare ballistic plate or the 2x6 delete plate, as there are more options that can be added onto this real door training simulator. Also, check out our website and you'll find those options readily available for you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you about the real door training simulator. We pride ourselves on building the strongest, most versatile training doors out in the market, and we think the real door training simulator is a second to none. If you have any further questions, please visit our website at www.beartrainingsolutions.com or don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you.